Now let's learn about string mutability. This is also achieved by adding mute in front of string variable. Next, creating or initializing string with empty values. For that, we use method new. It returns an empty string and let's print out. Let me assign another value for mutable s2 and print it. There are a lot of methods and associated functions are available for all Rust wrapper types and primitive types. Now I select push str method. This will add a given string literal with source string. Here s1 is a string. We convert s2 to string slice by method as str and print s1. Next, learn about mutability in string slice. For that, let's create a mutable string slice with prefix keyword mute and print it. Let's assign s1 with new value and print it. For concatenation, we need string and string slice. For that, let's create another slice s2. Here, we convert s1 to string and add it with s2 string literal and stored it as a string in s3. Here Clippy warning shows that remove the reference, that is ampersand, from s2. After removing it, the error gone out. The another way of concatenation by using format macro. Here no need to convert string slice to string. Using format, we can concatenate strings, string slice, or both. Once again print s3. Rust allows redeclare and define variable with new value or new data type. Let's see it. Here S1 is a string with the value string ONE. Let's print S1 and redefine it with the new value of number 1. Here S1 is a integer value 1. Once again redefine S1 with string literal value ONE and print it. Once again redefine S1 with float value 10.25. Next we will see about lazy initialization or late initialization of variables. Here I just created S1 with string literal data type without initializing it with a value. In the next line I assign a string literal value to S1 and printer. Here in line 7 I declare mutable S2 without giving data type. In line 8 I assign value 10. Rust implicitly gives data type I32 to mutable variable S2. For integer values the default data type is I32. For float values the default data type is F64. We will see about data types in detail in later sessions. I want to show one thing, that is removing the warnings by setting lint check attributes allow. The default attribute is warn. By adding lint check attribute allow at the first line like this, you can remove clippy warnings. Adding exclamation mark after hash applies this attribute to entire crate. The clipping warnings are shown because I set it in Rust Analyzer settings check on save command. You can set this using settings.json also. This is my settings. Now we will see about variable shadowing in Rust. Here I created two string literal n1 and n2 and printed as outer values. And in the next lines I assign integer values to n1 and n2. Then I create a block, and once again I created variable n1 and n2 with new values within that block and printed it. And once again I redeclared n1 and n2 with string literal values within that block and printed it. After the inner block I printed n1, n2. It prints its previous outer block values 1 and 2. Here we used variable n1 and n2 in outer block and inner block, but nothing will be overlapped. From this demo, we learned about variable shadowing in Rust.